The Israeli-Palestinian crisis has entered a new phase. Arab and Jewish mobs have clashed on the streets of Israel, triggering warnings the conflict could be descending into a civil war. Diplomatic efforts are underway to try to de-escalate the violence.
The challenge to resolve the fury, pain and division fueling this conflict is captured by the neighbourhood of Sheikh Jarrah. A legal fight by Jewish settlers to evict Palestinians from their homes here is one of the sparks that ignited the latest flames. Mohammed El-Kurd's house is under threat. He says he won't leave, won't compromise, and welcomes the wider uprising.
These people are stealing our homes. How can there be compromise? That's an absolutely crazy question. It's not that there's a conflict and there's a fight and people are fighting over some dispute. It's that there's thieves coming to take over our homes.
The Jewish settlers see it differently, regarding this land in East Jerusalem as rightly theirs. With tensions high, no one wants to talk.
Is it possible to speak about the situation? Someone in there speaks English? No.
The old city, no stranger to war or to compromise, and the latter is what's needed as the escalating crisis spreads. With so much at stake, urgent efforts are underway to try to broker a ceasefire. In the first possible signs of progress, an Egyptian delegation has met with Hamas officials in Gaza before travelling to Tel Aviv to speak with the Israelis. And a senior US diplomat has been dispatched to the region, while US President Joe Biden has said he plans to keep in regular contact with the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. But the US has lost much of its leverage over the Palestinians following the past 4 years of Donald Trump's unabashedly pro-Israeli policies. It means other actors with links into Gaza's Hamas rulers will be key, in particular Egypt, Qatar, and the United Nations. This increased diplomatic activity won't always be visible.
Diplomacy isn't always out in the open, and part of diplomacy is actually done behind closed doors quite often. So there's a lot of outreach going on.
Russian President Vladimir Putin has added his voice to those calling for de-escalation. Everyone aware, if diplomacy fails, these hostilities will almost certainly descend into war.